What is printmaking? Printmaking is a way of creating art by transferring an image or design through contact with a matrix such as a block, plate, stone, or screen. The process can produce multiples of the same piece of art, known as a print. Multiple impressions printed from the same plate are known as an edition. Various printmaking methods have evolved over the long history of this medium. The four best known techniques are woodcut, etching, lithography, and screen print. Woodcut, a type of relief print, is the earliest printmaking technique. The artist draws a design on a plank of wood. Sharp tools are used to carve away the parts of the block that will not receive the ink. The surface of the block is then inked with the use of a brayer, and then a sheet of paper is placed over the block. The block is then rubbed with a spoon or is run through a printing press to transfer the image. An etching is the opposite of a woodcut. In this type of print, raised portions of an etching remain blank while the crevices hold ink. For this technique, a metal plate is first covered with a waxy surface. The artist then draws through the ground with a pointed etching needle. The plate is then dipped in a bath of etchant, which is typically made of nitric acid. The etchant bites into the exposed metal, leaving behind lines in the plate. The remaining ground is then cleaned off the plate. The remainder of the printing process is the same as the woodcut. Lithography is a technique based on the chemical repulsion of oil and water. Alois Senefelder, a German actor and playwright, invented this technique in 1798. An image is drawn on a porous surface such as limestone. Nitric acid and gum arabic are applied. This transfers the image to the limestone, leaving the image burned into the surface. After a quick cleaning with water, greasy ink is applied with a roller, covering the entire surface. The ink adheres only to the drawn image and is repelled by the water. A sheet of dry paper is placed on the surface, and the image is transferred to the paper by the pressure of the printing press. Lithography is known for its ability to capture fine gradations and shading and very small detail. The fourth and final printmaking technique, screen printing, sometimes known as silkscreen, creates prints by using a stencil. Ink is pushed through the stencil against the surface of the paper, most often with the aid of a squeegee. Generally, the technique uses a natural or synthetic mesh fabric stretched tightly across a rectangular frame, much like a canvas. The essential tools required are a squeegee, mesh fabric, a frame, and a stencil. Unlike the other printmaking processes, a printing press is not required, as screen printing is essentially stencil printing. Once a stencil is cut, place it on the surface to be printed. Place the screen over the stencil and squeeze a line of desired color on the screen. Using the squeegee, pull the ink over the screen in one continuous motion. The stencil will act as a mask and stop the color from going through. Screen printing can be used to make any number of consumer goods, including tablecloths, t-shirts, and bags.